trap right ahead.
I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet. Ah, so I am to be interrogated. Let me save you some time. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous. A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it. I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a Chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest. Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it. I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then. Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for... Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me... Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so... Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the Crows pause. So, let me serve you instead. To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you. Well, let's see. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. And... What?
You're taking the assassin with us now? Does that really seem like a good idea? Alright, I see your point. Still, if there was a sign we were desperate, I think it just knocked on the door and said hello.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
And so I shall. Of course.
On my way.
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Seeing as we're in Denerim now, I'm wondering if we might be able to look someone up. A former what? No! Do you honestly think I would suggest we go see... together? No! The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But, after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and... well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim. No. I thought about writing her, but I know she's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I'm not sure. I don't know anything. Her name is Goldana, and I think she...
are the work of our Maker's hands, from the lowest slaves to the highest kings. Those who bring ham without... are breaded and cursed by the Maker. Those who bring ham. The Maker does not bread things. Could you stop correcting me? I know the chant like the back of my hand.
And after much sweat, blood...
As there is but one world, one life, one death, there is but one God, and He is our Maker. They are sinners who have given them...
Hello there, Warden. I'm a friend. I've heard you're putting up the good fight against Loghain and Hal, right? Good for you. Make a spit on all those arrogant noble bastards. I've also heard you have certain skills. Skills of the street, you might say. No judgments here, mate. I want to help you. The name is Slim Cauldry, and if you've heard of me, I've been doing a sad job of it, haven't I? I hear a great many things, and for those who view certain pesky laws as mere nuisances, there's some ripe fruit to be plucked out there. I can point the way. All I ask is for a little slice for myself. Well, one of my mates noticed your skills. Nice piece of work, that. Uncommon caliber, if you don't mind me saying. But I need to know what else you can do. Ever done bump and grabs? Do much blending in shadows? Different opportunities for different folk, you know. Oh, you're multi-talented, are you? Don't get much of that in these parts. Since the guard'll hang or skewer you if you get caught, it makes advancement dicey. Now that we have that settled, just ask away. One point. I don't like blood much. Call me old-fashioned, but the Maker says thou shalt not strangle, decapitate, or... I realise some... So, what are you interested in? I've got one. Should be easy pickings. 50 silver. I'll be here when you need me.
They say you can get anything here. I once got pickpocketed.
Allow me. I could do that for you. It's done.
You here to report another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden? What? You're serious? I mean, yes, I could use help. I've got a pretty popular, establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, Maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous. The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy. Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting. Maker, my brother and his family made it out of Lothering. He said that the Darkspawn attacked it the very next day.
The Darkspawn took Lothering.
course. Well, all right. And so I shall. As you desire. Allow me. I could do that for you.
Sire.
Oh, my name is Zevran. So would I be in your shoes. Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the crow. Oh, fine. Is that what you Fereldans do? Mock your... Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. A rather taciturn I have no idea what his issues are with you. Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. Oh, well, that's between Loghain and the crows. Isn't that what we're establishing? I wasn't. If I had failed, I would... What can I say, huh? Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? I wasn't. Which does make me about it. Well, but don't... Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're... You seem like a bright girl. I'm sure you... Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely. Consider it something... As it is, if you're done with the interrogation, I have a proposal for you. If you're... Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. Thing is, I like living. I happen to be a very loyal... That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean...
What? You're taking the assassin with us now? Oh, still.
Welcome, Ze...
Oh.
Or maybe...
And so I shall.
Time award.
Oh, my. I did not expect it to be this crowded.
You have some kind of problem. Oh? What was this about? I worried this might happen. I hoped it wouldn't be you who came for me. I have no choice. Forgive me, Warden, but I cannot go back with you.
Brother and his family made it out of Lothering. He said that the Darkspawn attacked the
Yeah.
What can I do for you? This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy. Someone has to. Trade with other races can drop. The Assembly says we've turned our back on.
That's not right.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown. Twice a year, I'm confined to a trap. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. Best of luck to you.
I demand an audience. King Loghain will not suffer the delay of his appointed messenger.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign Dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. What? Lies!
Kill each other as you will. You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Trost Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing. We prefer that outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence
How
will be
magnificent.
tolerated.
These must be the statues
Red,
of the Dwarven Paragon.
please, spare a few bits for an old man.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all worth it.
Show some pity
Of
for a
course.
poor old man.
Get back to the forge. I want to see more details. Yes.
Do you think the tower is ever going to get back to what it was when...
I don't know. A great number of people died. It will be difficult to imagine rebuilding, but that...
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
I won't have fighting in the Commons, especially in front of outsiders.
That sort of fool, I'll have him in the Legion.
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the Commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. They've caged themselves for fear of each other, and Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks... Yes, you should.
so I shall.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? You look like you're not from around here. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Greetings, and wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those. What was I saying? Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things.
I could get used to this, you know. I could get used to this, you know. This is my mother's amulet. Oh, then he must have found the... Maybe. Thank you. Did you remember me mentioning it? I don't...
I should have stuck to common nugs.
Common nugs?
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dust Town. We gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise, no, safe as sand. Good on you, stranger. Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to... Saraka, I'm back in the game. Such as it is.
Ancestors, guard my son, for he is lost in darkness. Mothers, keep him safe, for you know we're
it is to mourn. I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone. My name is Vilda, widow of... I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestor. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster, but he got separated somehow when they came. How? There is no way except to braid a warden. So you could do it. Only... Oh, thank you.
Take heart, good widow Vilda.
Please.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armorers. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail? At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum. I stay out of politics. Lord Harriman's a fair man. My father... But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne... Of course. Keep in mind, we also take items on trade.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for. Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way. Well, I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Maker's blessing on you, sister. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. The Shaperit controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting. The Shaper of Memories controls the Shaperit, Orzammar's record system. Like the Chantry's historians, but more thorough. They track the births and lineage of every dwarf born in the city, every property sale, death in battle, marriage, or divorce. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please, let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
What is that? Dwarven vomit.
Oh, wonderful. A dwarven tavern.
Atrust Vala, stranger. You must be the Grey Warden we heard about. Well, I'm Cora, your hostess. How may I serve you? Certainly, Warden.
They're everywhere! I can't take it! Told him I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone. I mean, it's how the ancestors show their favor. Do they really need our help to decide who's Lord Dennick Helmi, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Very good. I guess someone already... Or did they leave off at greatest shit? You know, most smiths and tavern keeps... Orzammar are so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. Me and 79 other fine, upstanding examples of how they're not fond of my views on equality. I doubt either candidate has been outside the Diamond Court, and Prince Balin's brilliant, I'll give him that, and subtle as sin. But I don't think anything in Orzammar badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's then the warriors and all the craftsmen. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent, and that's where you stay your whole life. Whatever your skill. As you wish.
Let me guess. This is where the poor people... will live.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever... Oh, you looking... Could be I have that opportunity. There's human kings, you know. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so... You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to... You can keep it, or... And, if you bring back his return order, I could... More so for someone like you, I guess. Most dwarves born down here have a natural... The real issue is that lyrium's valuable. It's only found... Long as you keep your eyes down and your mouth...
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Of course.
spare a bit for the needy? Please. It's not for me, it's for my child. Have you a coin to... It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any Thank you. That a stranger would care. But no! I can't bear to even... My son's father is castless, as is he. I used to be a minor, but my parents unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. I cannot abandon my baby. The Shapers teach that only children of true lineage exist. He cries like any other infant, and smiles when he's warm and full. I can't kill him because of an accident of birth, an accident I forced on him? You would do that? But why? Then I cannot offer enough gratitude. But I do not think he will listen to you.
Well, all right. As you like. On my way.
What are you looking at, stranger? I have no daughter. Could be you met a castless whore claiming she was once mine. What? You think she'd die just to keep that thing? She knows what she has to do to come home. I never wanted her gone. Just the little cur. Can't she see she'd have a better life if she got rid of it? Look, just tell her to come home.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say? Both of us? I don't believe he said that, but maybe. If this were a story, my son would grow to manhood and...
So the closer you live to the surface, the
You have
higher
come at a
class you are.
difficult time.
Unless you're
Orzammar
actually
is
on the
ailing
surface.
For want of a king.
Could the end of Orzammar be nigh? Turn to Lord Harrowmont and assure the future of Dwarven society.
As you desire.
It's done.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Harrowmont cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties. That's a generous offer. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters, and that would be if you wish to show your loyalty. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then. Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's... If you change your mind, let me know. The proving...
News of the hour. Support Lord Harrowmont at your own peril. Darkspawn will overrun Orzammar within the year if he becomes king.
No one enters the prince's estate without an invitation.
And so I shall.
Lovely.
As you desire.
By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
Of course.
Thief! Who would dare take from the memories? Warden, I'm outraged. A thief in the Shapered. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine! He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I, don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you. That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? Traditionally, that is their extended family's responsibility. Very well. He may hold a prayer meeting. At least the words would... Now, is there anything more? I will record this conversation.
Well, all right. Of course.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartak Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring? Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now. My prince is the rightful king, but a disappointing number of lords back the upstart Harrimont for the throne. If you show your support for Prince Balin, he might be able to assist with your requests. That hurts worst of all. That Harrimont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger. Would Balin see you now? You do know who I am. Harrimont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrimont's deception.
Irrefutable evidence? which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude. Aramont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Aramont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Aramont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty. Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Haramont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion. I guess I can't expect you surfacers to understand the importance of family in Orzammar. The Shaper is biased, and if you want Prince Balin's help, you'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it? Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous. Remember, don't tell them you got these.
The Assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions. Stone-forsaken fool. I'm sorry. This is the Assembly of the Clans. Only Deshers and occasional... Forgive me. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hit. Troubling. But it will still seem distant compared to the empty throne. I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with... I only wish...
Do you see how things lie, Warden? Lord Haramont cannot trust you unproven, but he welcomes a good... Do not tarry.
Lord Haramont is a... weak man, and he will be a weak...
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about. Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually no good luck.
Warden arrives in Orzammar, undoubtedly to offer assistance to Lord Harrowmont.
2 years tomorrow. You're the best wrangler I've ever seen, but there's more out there.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Love.
This is all I have, right?
Well.
Is there a problem here, friend?
Please.
Then allow me to make... Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering so if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable Whoa! I'm not go-
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
I've never met her. That's, the old... She's the one directing this depravity. There used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the Commons, shaking honest men down for corn. A band of castless thugs. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors, their births are abominations. They were born... Now, if you'll excuse me... Did you have something more pleasant you wish to discuss? I'm showing you the look...
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun and... Oh, well, I'd ask for I don't even want the land, but my house would... Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And they'll both have to try something else. I actually thought he was... You must think I'm pretty soddy naive, huh? I'll have to inform Mother that Lord...
Afternoon, stranger. You're looking for a stool? The sheriff... Name's Naveen. I fight with Prince Balin's expeditionary... Figured it. Good folks, wardens. I was in the deep roads when that one came by. What was his name? I met him, sure. Good man. Not many do. Not even the ones who live this close. Yeah, I go where I'm sent, fight when I'm there, and leave Darkspawn. Not much use in turning our weapons elsewhere while those vermin still live. Every Grey Warden ends up there. Go die in the... Getting more crowded these days, though. Lots of people interested all of a sudden. We go back... Balin ordered... Looking for signs of Branca, I guess. Seems... Branca was a paragon, some kind of great smith or whatnot. No chance she could have survived. And a lot... Excuse me.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but... Oh, praise the Maker! I already found a convert among the merchants who offered his shop. Please, come...
You're back. You got more business for me? Well, our business is it's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but that's what...
Well,
As you desire.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezhda sees a fine dress. You're as kind as you are. It takes a stranger to notice. What takes you out of the diamond quarters, stranger? You got a vice you're looking for old Nadezhda to fill? It's pretty much as you're born to wear... If you have that kind... Take yourself up to Tapster's. Long as your face isn't... I'll just stay...
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. Is that so? What makes... You've walked into a sodding fight, Warden.
And so I shall. Well, all right.
You remind me of Lady Cecile.
Who?
She was an Orlesian lady. My mother served her until she died, and Lady Cecile...
The Proving Grounds. Bloodsport entertainment for the masses, at its best.
Lovely.
Alistair, what's this?
It's a sock?
It's a filthy sock. How did it find its way to my bedroll?
Maybe it likes you? Socks are sneaky like that. Anyway, it's not mine.
It has your name stitched on it.
Hey, what's down there?
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesh's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today. I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts have pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening. What anyone knows?
You don't think maybe she's still there?
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin. Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm, and hunt and... A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly, fools. It's an independent company. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes. Or sanity. They hold a funeral when they... Best of luck.
Irving told me about how you became a Grey Warden, and that unpleasant... That's not something... But that aside, you're a Grey Warden now, and perhaps I... Do not squander this. Sometimes it gives... You were chosen.
Lovely.
Of course.
Well, all right.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Of course.
this! It is done. You should run away with you!
think that's the last of them.
What shall we do?
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them. Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
There you go.
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them.
I'll do it.
You pulled us from a tight spot, friend. So how does an elf come to be down here anyway? I don't understand. What could... These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harriman. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life. We will certainly not support a man who would use my family like that. I must return now. My men need healing and I want to look into this. You wish to travel with us? Be careful then. There are more...
Well, all right.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Lovely.
And how's that?
So I shall. As you desire.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen. But there's more. Out there.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in. Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here too, gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practiced. Well, he killed Lord Mage. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have... Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, she's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the deep... Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith. And Ogren was one of the best warriors of his... She invented a smokeless fuel that let the deaths from the Black Lung also drop. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste, chasing some old trick. She said she never asked to found out. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. It's been 2 years since Bronca left. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. Did you see any...
News of... The hour. Lord Balin. Changes that will offend the ancient paragon. News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont's insinuations against Lord Balin reveal the truth.
I shall.
You found it. Warden, you have my gratitude. You're a bright spot in an otherwise dark place.
Lady Dace just came through the quarter on a tear. She's telling everyone who'll listen. So you were serious about wanting to help us. Are you ready to meet Balin now? I warn you, be on your best behavior.
I am impressed, Warden. Not many outsiders so quickly grasp Orzamar's rather convoluted politics. I am Prince Balin. Fartag told me of your efforts against the usurper who tried to claim my father's throne. Traditionally, the king decides his successor. The assembly just says aye or nay. Kings have only ever selected someone outside their families if they were childless, or if their children lacked the capacity to rule. Or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. My father lost 2 sons when one turned against the other. He was mad with grief, and Harrowmont did all he could to drive him over the edge. I was his only living child, and Harrowmont barred me from him. I had to tell him goodbye by common messenger. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side? If you believe that, why are you here? Then we have a common goal. We may not like each other, but the Blight is our first priority. We need absolute unity to fight against the fulcrum of true evil. Absolutely. And sworn on the mail of my ancestors, as soon as Orzammar is united under my rule. Unfortunately, while this debate rages, I have no power to send the troops you need. You've seen for yourself, the city is a slaughterhouse. Criminals run lawless. I could never hold the throne if I allowed such chaos. You have struck a blow against Harrowmont already, and I thank you for that. But there is another faction in play here. Have you heard of a woman named Jarvia and the Carta of Criminals she runs? They know Orzammar is divided now and has no time for them. It's made them bold. If I show the city I can eliminate such a threat, well, let's just say my position would be stronger. Your eagerness is charming. If you can do as you say, you will have the troops you need the moment I take the throne. Unfortunately, I have little information on Jarvia. Her base of power is in Dust Town, the lowest part. Maybe the casteless will talk more freely with a stranger. And I will wait eagerly.
As you desire.
Please be quiet. Fools and their politics. It's a very strange toxin. If you can chase these things down, I'll thank you. Any luck, Warden? She doesn't have much time. There's nothing...